What's up everyone, River here, and we're going to have a slight change of plans. What I was originally going to do, as I said in the last video, was that I was going to do a draft analysis of the UBC draft, but instead I'm just going to kind of gloss over it because I'm already behind on schedule with my recordings because I kind of started late. We're already in the second week of the UBC and I only just started with recording yesterday because I wasn't able to do earlier. So instead I am going to keep like a team list with the team preparation video, so you can always see what kind of Pokemon I have up my sleeve which I can use for my battles. So I don't have to dedicate a separate video to explaining which Pokemons I have and why. Because honestly, I was probably just going to ramble about self-explanatory things for 15 minutes. So for the first week, I'm going to pull on screen what we're going to be showing with this team. So right now, on the top right, you can now see my team, which is the Sertogenbos Sableye. Try saying that a couple of times. Anyway, we're going to be playing against RG the Awesome and the new York Metagross. I'm going to link his channel in the description below so you can support him or see his perspective on the match, which might be interesting as well, because when you get to see both players' perspective and thought process behind certain choices, that always makes it more interesting to see and you get more information out of it. Anyway, as you can see, his team is quite dangerous, having Jirachi, Florges, Entei, Jolteon, Alomomola, Dusclops, Salamence, Terrakion, Tangrowth, Claydol, and Mega Absol. So, for the people who don't understand, out of those 11 Pokemon that he has and 11 Pokemon I have, we both only bring 6. So my goal is to make a team of 6 Pokemon that I believe can handle any combination of 6 from his 11 in a 6-on-6 match. In order to do this, I decided to begin with bringing Druddigon. Druddigon is going to do his general role of being a physical defensive wall, but at the same time I felt like he would have a lot of options in counter-attacking most of his Pokemon, so we went with a really offensive moveset with Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Gunk Shot, and Pursuit. The main idea behind it is that if he takes a physical hit with the Key Berry, he will increase his defense by 1 stage, which with his current defense would be over 150 bonus defense, so he could handle any physical attacker with ease. With this, he would most likely send out a special attacker, and with the moves that I have, I feel I can cover most of his special attackers. If Jirachi is special, I've got Earthquake. For Entei and Jolteon, I've got Earthquake. For Florges, I got the Gunk Shot. I have the Dragon Claw for Salamence. Earthquake also works. Gunk Shot also works on Tangrowth. And Claydol would probably be the only exception, but I do have Pursuit in case I feel confident. Also using the Rough Skin ability this week because, like I said, my plan is to switch it in on a physical attack. Rough Skin will deal some decent damage, and then I will play it out from there. The second Pokemon that I will be running this week will be Heatran. Heatran in itself is just a ridiculously strong Pokemon, and it will be rare for me to not bring it. But this week especially, I feel like he's going to be amazing, because Heatran only has 2 weaknesses, if I remember correctly, being Fighting and Ground. And when it comes to this, RG's team is quite limited. Jirachi could run Earthquake, and that is something I might have to fear. But besides that, the only thing on his team that can truly possess a threat to Heatran would be Terrakion. So that's the only Pokemon I have to truly play around when using Heatran. But if I can get up a sub against one of his weaker Pokemon, such as Dusclops or Alomomola, I feel like Heatran is going to put in massive work this week. Also running Stealth Rocks in order to prevent him from consistently switching, because he does have a pretty good Volt turn core with Jolteon and Jirachi. Just having Lava Plume there for general stab damage and having a 30% chance to burn, which, if we have to believe Scald, will burn every time. And we have Earth Power for the coverage. Like I said, for the Terrakion, it's there for the Jolteon, it's for the Jirachi. It's just a lot of power within a single move against one team. So there was no reason to not bring it. For the third pick, I ended up going the third mon in this lineup. I'll actually bring Quagsire. Quagsire actually will do a similar role to Heatran, except from a physical perspective. We got max physical attack, adamant nature, so it will hit with maximum power. Having both stat moves with Waterfall and Earthquake, hitting a lot of his team, and bring an Iron Tail in order to take care of a potential Florges coming in, or even if I'm not certain about which Pokemon he's going to bring, I could just have this as a general move. If I'm predicting him to bring in, let's say, Jirachi, but I'm not confident enough to go with Earthquake, actually that would be a horrible idea. Iron Tail should just be used for Florges. Anyway, I'll also bring Yawn, because I feel Yawn gives me a ton of momentum no matter when, because Yawn forces the opponent to either switch out in the next turn, or giving me a free turn the turn afterwards when his Pokemon has gone to sleep, which is extremely powerful in a switch-heavy meta, I guess I would say. But overall, I feel like this is a really good set. It's going to benefit me a lot. At least I think it could benefit me a lot. Remember, I am doing this after the game already happened because I'm being a bit behind on schedule, but I do try to put it in words that it sounds like I'm trying to put out my own thought process before the game actually happened into words right now, so it seems like I'm trying to present how it was before the match. Anyway, before I ramble on too long, the fourth Pokemon I'm using this week is Galvantula. Galvantula is just a really strong Pokemon, and it actually is a counter to one of the few things that I'm really scared of this week, and that is a Choice Scarf user. Whether it's going to be Jirachi, whether it's going to be Terrakion, any one of those, even Jolteon or Entei, they can be ridiculously scary to my team. That is why I need Sticky Web. Slowing them down so that either my last Pokemon or possibly my Galvantula can outspeed them and kill them before they get too much power over me, like too much, before they become too strong to stop. Besides that, we also have Bug Buzz, because Bug Buzz actually does a lot of work against this team. It's super effective on the Tangrowth, which I'm really fearing. It's super effective on the Mega Absol. It does good damage to Jirachi. We got Hidden Power Ice as well, because that deals with Salamence instantly. It deals with the it could hurt the Claydol. That's the one I was looking for. And we got Volt Switch just to keep momentum, to allow me to get a free switch on, at least as long as he doesn't switch in Claydol on the Galvantula. And Focus Sash, because Galvantula is hella frail, and we do need it to live a hit so it can guarantee get up that Sticky Web. So I still need more. I feel like in this game I'm gonna need a lot of defense, so I'm also bringing Doublade. Doublade with Eviolite is just impossible to come through from a physical point of view. The only way he could break it would be through specially attacking, in which case, if he does not bring the Entei, the Doublade can just tank for days because of its limited amount of weaknesses. Also, it obviously needs to do some kind of other work, because literally just switching in is not going to do much. So we got 3 attacking moves with Sacred Sword, Iron Head, and Shadow Sneak, all being able to hit a couple of mons pretty well, but I'm mostly going to be relying on Toxic when Doublade comes in, because Toxic is a very good move. It deals with a lot of his sustain-based Pokemon, such as Florges and Alomomola, when it has Regenerator. So I feel like Toxic is going to be my main play when Doublade comes out, but that is something that we'll have to see. I mean, possibly Doublade won't even come on the field, but you can't even tell ahead of time. But I feel like Doublade, if it comes in, it will just be able to wall out anything for as long as it needs to, and just stall them out with Toxic and Iron Head. At last, I decided that I obviously need a physical attacker, because otherwise special walls are just going to have a field day. So we're bringing Weavile. I'm bringing a very odd set. I decided to max out its speed to the point where it can outspeed everything except for Scarf Pokemon. So it can outspeed Terrakion, it can outspeed Mega Absol, it can outspeed Salamence, it can outspeed Jirachi, which I think is very important. I am not sure if it outspeeds Jolteon, but I am not particularly afraid of Jolteon because we are running an Assault Vest. With that massive boost to special defense, I think that Weavile is going to do amazing. Using a very normal moveset with Fake Out, Ice Shard, Knock Off, and Icicle Crash, I feel that if I get in the right position, Weavile could possibly get 2 or 3 kills this week. And with these 6 Pokemon, I feel like I'm going to be able to pull out ahead against RG this week. So just for summarizing, a physical defensive Druddigon with moves to counter his special offensive mons, a very not very defensive, but very generic set of Heatran that is just going to wall out a lot of his team and set up, an offensive Quagsire with Yawn in order to give me momentum, but at the same time also be able to pull a punch against a couple of mons, a Focus Sash Gaventula with Sticky Web to prevent speed from being my doom and just having good coverage, physical, actually both all-around wall with Doublade, even though more physical because of its base stat, that's going to whittle down the opponent with Toxic and his other moves, and the cleanup crew with Weavile, and is going to hopefully sweep at the end of the game. So with this, I will end this team builder, and I will be showing the video with post-game commentary of Week 1 in a couple of days, I think. What I will be asking you and my viewers ahead of time is that the first 2 games are going to be post-game commentary, aka I know the result and I will be able to pause to explain my decisions. Week 3 and 4 are going to be live commentary, so I will be actually explaining whatever's going on in my mind at the time. At the end of that, I do want to hear your preference on that. I will be asking that during my Week 5 team builder, obviously, just to remind you of that, but that is something I want you to take in your mind right now. And with that, I'm going to end this video. So I'll be logging off, and I'll see you guys with the next video.